these are the processes from process 1 to 2, that is A, reversible adiabatic or isentropic compression, and process B, constant volume heat addition, and process 3 to 4, that is C, reversible adiabatic or isentropic expansion, and process D, constant volume heat rejection. Okay, and now we will see the expression for efficiency for Otto cycle. Okay, the efficiency eta generally for any heat engine will be taken as the net work done by heat supplied or heat added. Okay, the net work done, where is work is transferring in the system. See, work is transferring to the system in process 1 to 2, and we have useful work developing in process 3 to 4. We need to take net work done. Okay, if you apply first law of thermodynamics to this system, you will get from first law of thermodynamics, net heat transfer is equal to net work transfer. Alright, so this will be as net heat transfer is equal to net work transfer. Okay, so net work transfer will be equal to net heat transfer. So we can write this as sigma W is equal to net heat transfer. Heat is transferred into the system in the process 2 to 3, and heat is rejected in the process 4 to 1. So heat added to the system will be positive, heat rejected from the system will be negative from the sign conventions. So QA will be positive and QR will be negative. So QA minus QR. So this will be net work done. Okay, so now efficiency can be written as efficiency is equal to net work done means QA minus QR by heat supplied, that is QA. And from this I can write this as 1 minus QR by QA. Let us take this as equation 1. Okay, this is our efficiency equation. Now I will define something here which is very important in Otto cycle, that is compression ratio. And it will be represented by R. Okay, compression ratio. Compression ratio is the ratio of, R is the ratio of volume of the cylinder before compression to the volume of the cylinder after compression. Okay, the ratio of volumes before compression and after compression is known as compression ratio R. Okay, and now I will continue to derive efficiency formula here. If I know heat rejection QR and heat addition QA, then I will find out this efficiency. Here R can be written as R is equal to, here see in the figure, what is volume before compression? This is compression process. So before compression volume is V1 and then after compression volume is V2. Okay, in the figure itself you can see that V1 is equal to V4 because it is a constant volume heat rejection process, and again V2 is equal to V3 because it is 2 to 3 is a constant volume heat addition process, right? So compression ratio can be taken as V1 by V2 or V4 by V3. Okay, so volume before compression and volume after compression, this may be equal to V4 by V3. So V4 out of V3 is also called compression ratio. Alright. Now what is QR? QR is a heat rejected in the process 4 to 1. That means process D. So take process D, that is 4 to 1. It is constant volume heat rejection process. Okay, in constant volume heat rejection process QR can be written as, it is constant volume, so MCV T1 minus T4. Okay, final temperature minus initial temperature, because it is heat rejection, that is heat is removing from the system, we will take this as negative. Okay, and now this will be taken as MCV. I am removing the minus as taking T4 minus T1. This will be QR. And then what is QA? QA is a heat addition process in process 2 to 3. This is also constant volume heat addition process, that is process B, right? Process B is process B, that is 2 to 3. What is this? Constant volume heat addition process. Okay, so when heat is added to system, it is positive, so Q is equal to MCV, because it is constant volume process, final temperature minus initial temperature, that is T3 minus T2. So MCV T3 minus T2. Okay, so now we have QA and QR, and now we can substitute in efficiency equation. Okay, so efficiency is equal to 1 minus QR, that is MCV T4 minus T1 by MCV T3 minus T2. MCV and MCV get cancelled out, so from this 1 minus, if I take T1 common here, I will get T4 by T1 minus 1, right? But if I take T2 common in the denominator, I will get T3 by T2 minus 1. Okay, now take this as equation 2. Now see process 1 to 2, it is reversible adiabatic process, and process 3 to 4, reversible adiabatic process. For any adiabatic processes, we can take the relation process A, that is 1 to 2. What is 1 to 2 process? Reversible adiabatic compression process. Right? So we can take the relation T1 V1 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V2 power gamma minus 1. So from this, T1 by T2 can be written as V2 by V1 whole power gamma minus 1. We know V2 by V1. We define compression ratio as V1 by V2. So V2 by V1 can be taken as inverse of compression ratio. So V2 by V1 can be taken as 1 by R whole power gamma minus 1. In the same way, we have another adiabatic process, that is process 3 to 4. Process 3 to 4, adiabatic expansion. Alright, so we will apply the same adiabatic relation again in process C, that is 3 to 4. It is reversible adiabatic expansion process. Okay, so if we apply adiabatic relation for process 3 to 4, T3 V3 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T4 V4 power gamma minus 1. So from this, T3 by T4 can be written as V4 by V3 whole power gamma minus 1. What is V4 by V3? V4 by V3 can be taken as compression ratio, volume before compression by volume after compression. So V4 by V3 can be taken as compression ratio R power gamma minus 1. Now this can be written as T4 by T3 is equal to 1 by R power gamma minus 1. If you look, T1 by T2 is equal to 1 by R power gamma minus 1, and T4 by T3 is also equal to 1 by R power gamma minus 1. Therefore we can write T1 by T2 is equal to T4 by T3. T1 by T2 is equal to T4 by T3. From this we can write T4 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2. Now if I substitute T4 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2 in efficiency equation, T4 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2, so these two will be get cancelled, right? So I get 1 minus T1 by T2, 1 minus T1 by T2, but I got a equation T1 by T2 as 1 by R power gamma minus 1. So if I write that, I will get finally efficiency as 1 minus T1 by T2 as 1 by R power gamma minus 1. This is our final efficiency formula for Otto cycle. Now tell me, The efficiency of Otto cycle depends on what parameters? From this expression we can decide that efficiency just depend on the compression ratio of the cycle. What is compression ratio? Volume before the compression to the volume after the compression. Okay, so efficiency is only the function of a compression ratio. What happens if compression ratio R increases? What happens to efficiency? Is it decreasing or increasing? When this R is increased, 1 by R fraction will decrease. When the smaller number will subtract from 1, you will get the bigger number, right? So efficiency will increase. Okay, the same way, if you decrease the compression ratio, efficiency also decreases. Okay, if you look at the graph for compression ratio R and efficiency, graph will be like this. Okay, and if you take for different gases, like why? Because it the efficiency can also be the function of gamma adiabatic index, and it is, we will take as 1.4 for diatomic gases. What happens to monoatomic gases and triatomic gases? Look at this. This is actually gamma is equal to 1.4 for diatomic gases, and it is gamma is equal to 1.3 for triatomic gases, and it is gamma is equal to 1.67 for monoatomic gases. So what is happening to efficiency when gamma is increasing, efficiency is also increasing, right? So gamma is also proportional to efficiency, right? Compression ratio is also proportional.